On September 21st, 1972, President Ferdinand Marcos proclaimed martial law. With Proclamation 1081, he began the work of building a new society. This decree was a promise, an earnest for the future, a monument to the revolution that transforms and directs for the ultimate freedom of man.
Apo on the Wall by B.J. Patino. There's this man's photo on the wall of my father's office at home. You know, where father brings his work, where he doesn't look strange, still wearing his green uniform and colored breastplates, where to prove that he works hard, he also brought a photo of his boss, whom he calls Apo. So Apo could, hang around on the wall behind him and look over his shoulders to make sure he's snappy and all. Father snapped at me once, caught me sneaking around his office at home, looking at the stuff on his wall: handguns, plaques, sword, medals, a rifle. Told me that was no place for a boy, only men, when he didn't really have to tell me because, that photo of Apo on the wall was already looking at me around, his eyes following me like he was that scary Jesus in the hallway saying, "I know what you're doing."
You on the Wall by B.J. Patino is a poem that talks about the narration of child's points of view about his rigorous father and the hanging photo around the wall called Apo. The poem tells the reality life during the reigning of Marcos alongside the martial law.
APO stands for Army Post Office and is associated with the U.S. Army and Air Force. FPO stands for Fleet Post Office and is associated with the Navy and its ship. APO and FPO addresses enable the USPS to deliver mail to overseas military members.
Poem titled Apo on the Wall by D.J. Patino is a good poem because it symbolizes the loyalty of every soldier. The time in the poem was during martial law, and the Apo that the narrator was referring to was the late Ferdinand Marcos.
Metaphoric styles he injected for readers to think and read between the lines. Another reason why I like the poem is because of the light words. He used to make us think that these are real scenarios that happened in the life of a child at his age during those times, which in reality is B.J. Patino's anecdote written as poem.
Sa panahon ng martial law, ano ang mga na-experience mo?
Sila mo, 8 taon na ako noong grade 2 na ako. Sa panahon ng martial law, medyo maigpit noon, lalo na sa mga military. Marami silang ginagawa na kapag hindi nila gusto, kasi panahon ng martial law, yung mga taong minsan wala namang kinalaman sa mga tulad ng mga krimen, ganun. Pero dahil sila ang nag-aari sa Pilipinas, ang mga military, kaya nagagawa nila ang kanilang gusto. Pero hindi malaya ang Pilipino noon dahil sa panahon yun, parang naging diktador ang Pilipinas. Yun lang.
Anong na-experience mo about sa martial law?
Well, what I have experienced is that during martial law, during Marcos regime, there is martial law. There's curfew. Absolutely, there is curfew for all ages. I think age 18 above is not allowed to go around during night time. Curfew begins at 8 or 9, something like that, and it ends up to 5 a.m. in the morning. And during martial law, the price of rice is too low, meaning you can buy a kilo of rice by that time at the price of something 2 pesos, 2 pesos or higher than that, and the rice is a nice one. Then speech, especially for the media peoples, they are not allowed to say what's on their mind. They are controlled by the martial law. That's what I have experienced. I think